Scaling is all about duplicating. It's about creating an organization of leaders who know how to fly on their own that you can support. The opposite is an organization that is totally dependent on you for everything, where you've enabled your builders and customers to actually come to you for every single detail. They don't know where to find information, and they really don't even know what you're doing to be successful. But here's the question you have to ask yourself. Do you even know what you're doing to be successful? I remember years ago, after Nathan and I had broken a company record our first year in the business, how I laid down that same night and I actually cried. I cried from the realization of how awesome it was that we had just done this, but I also cried at the overwhelming reality that I really didn't know how to tell somebody else to do it. I didn't stay in that sad place for long because it actually drove me to action to figure out how to duplicate myself in my business. So how duplicatable is your business? Do your frontline leaders know exactly what you know and do exactly what you do? What about your second level leaders? If you're not implementing the clear system that is in place by your second, third, and certainly by your seventh level, things have long been lost in translation and left up to everyone else's individual way of doing things. And I'm here to tell you that's not a great way to build your business. So we have a clear system of how to launch your business with our Elite in 6 Weeks program and a training video that completely walks you through exactly how to do classes. But here are 3 things I want you to keep in mind to keep you duplicatable and growing. Number 1, keep it simple. When it comes to your class content, this is where so many wellness advocates go wrong. We love our oils, and actually the more we know, the worse we get. What I mean is we try to take all that exciting information and we dump it on the person in our class because we're so excited about it and it's overwhelming to them. So ask yourself this: teach it once to somebody across the street. And if it's so simple that that neighbor across the street could then teach it to their husband, or teach it to somebody else across the street, or that person could teach it to somebody around the world, that's duplication. Are you doing that? Are you duplicating yourself in that way? And if you can't teach an oil class that a 5th or a 6th grader can understand, then you'll never succeed. Keep it simple. The worst thing to ever hear is how eloquent or smart you are. I remember at times people would come up after classes and say to me, "Wow, Jenni, that was so amazing. You seem to know so much." And this was years ago. This was probably 6 or 7 years ago. And I had the aha moment, but that was the worst thing that somebody could have ever said to me, because it meant all of a sudden I'm not duplicatable. They sit there and think, that's amazing, but I could never do that. That's not what you want to hear. So number 1, keep it simple. Number 2 is keep it standard. We're wanting to duplicate ourselves and scale our business, and standard is super, super important to do that. So this is really difficult if you're a wellness advocate that absolutely loves teaching about emotional health, or teaching moms, or equipping pregnant women with very intricate and specific protocols. And think about this: if you're always teaching new things, again, your team can't duplicate you. They become very dependent on you. They will always step aside. They'll say, "Here you go ahead and teach that. Go ahead and create the next PowerPoint presentation." They will gladly let you do it because they sure don't have time to do it, and you're awfully willing to do it for them. But here's what you're gonna create if you do that. You're gonna create oil buying clubs. It's the same people that come every single week to every single class who have already purchased and ordered and gotten started. But they're just coming because they want to learn more, which sounds so awesome. But guess what? If you want to grow a scalable business and a large organization, you have to be able to have new people constantly coming in. So if it's the same people turning over week after week after week after week, you're not creating that type of business. So here's the thing: if you love variety, this is where continuing education classes come in. But this isn't the model that you'll create for launching off your new builders. Standard classes must be happening all over your organization every single week. So number 3, keep it systematic. Having a clear-cut system is how you train your leaders to run their own classes. That's so key. And again, if you do that, you're going to create an organization that is not dependent on you. And you want people that are doing what you're doing. So if you're modeling and leading and doing the classes yourself, they'll in time do it. Because why do we do this? Don't we do it for flexibility and time freedom? So again, our goal is not enabling codependence. We want to create real leaders who are equipped and trained. Keep it systematic, and that will help with this.